Peace World, and welcome everybody to a special conversation for the Sportster. My name is Adam Barnard. Thank you so much for joining me again today. My guest is taking part in her very first, not just very first War Games match, but very first cage match for WWE
Yes.
this Saturday at Survivor Series War Games in San Diego, WWE Superstar Lash Legend. Thank you for joining me. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, that is correct. This is actually my first ever cage match, but it doesn't matter. I'm ready to show up and show out.
I was just going to say I want to get started here first on something that's more pressing on my mind. I'm a Philadelphia
Okay.
native, and I am a fan of
Oh,
your cooking show, Dash with Lash. And I
yes,
saw
thank
that you
you.
recently made a salmon Philly cheese with Wendy Chu, and so I am from the Philadelphia area, and I just want to know exactly how magnificent it was when you put that all together.
It was amazing. So, obviously, a regular Philly cheese is so, so good, but I wanted to try something a little different, especially on my show. I was like, let's be a little unique here. And I actually tried it a while ago, and I'm like, whoa, this is so good. I have to share it with the world. So
Sure.
that salmon Philly cheese was the bomb.com.
It looked like it. It looked fantastic. And as a Philly native to you as well, if you do end up doing a regular Philly cheesesteak, please leave the green peppers off. That's an outside of Philly thing. I don't know who started that, but
You
just
know
a free
what?
tip for you.
I
So,
noticed visiting Philly a couple of times. I definitely noticed.
I want to thank you for your time. I know we're all very excited for War Games this weekend, and like we mentioned, this is your first War Games match since
Yeah.
being with the company. Do you have a strategy leading into this, and what are your expectations on just how punishing this is going to be?
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing that, it's gonna be a war. That's why it's called War Games. I already know. So I'm already prepared mentally for that. Like it is what it is. Like we're gonna come out, we all have grit, we all have desire, we wanna win, we wanna go hard, we wanna put on the best performance as possible. So I know what comes with it. But as far as strategy, my girl Nia, I know she's gonna lead me into the promised land. I know she's gonna tell me, hey, this is what we need to do, X, Y, and Z, A, B, C. I'm like, okay, girl, I got you. And then we're gonna be here and we're gonna execute that. So
That's
I'm looking out, I'm looking for my girl Naya to hold it down and I just be like, I got you, I'm here.
Now, the women's War Games matches have consistently been heralded by most of my peers and by myself as the best War Games match of the entire event. How do you think
Wow.
your match is going to fare up against the previous women's War Games matches?
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like every year when you see something, you always want it to be better, especially when you're a part of it. So now I'm part of it, and I feel like I've seen so many great war game matches, and I'm like, okay, I know what it looks like, I know what to expect, but how can we make it even better? How can we make it even grander? So I think what's so awesome about this women's roster, everybody's on the same page. Everybody genuinely wants to put on the best show possible at all times. So I think that since we're all on the same page with that's our goal. So we strive to make that happen.
Now, this isn't your first major main roster PLE. I know that you entered your first Royal Rumble earlier this year, but you also
Mhm.
had a pretty major part in the Knockouts Tag Team Championship chase with the TNA NXT partnership. What was that like being such an integral part of that crossover this year when it really felt like it started to get off the ground?
Yeah, I think it's honestly so cool, so amazing. I think a lot of people think like, wow, I would never ever thought that this would happen. And the fact that it did, it's just like it speaks volumes to how meaningful and historic that this really is. Like that's a big deal. I love the crossover. I love being able to work with other women that, just aren't under the WWE umbrella. Especially for me, a lot of people who don't come from the indies world and just being able to get to work with different personnels outside of the company is just so so cool. So I really appreciated that. I appreciated seeing their mindset on certain things and how they do things. So it was cool, and I really enjoyed that experience.
It seems recently, whenever NXT talent are featured on a main roster show, like with your opportunity at the Royal Rumble and also at Evolution, you were highlighted pretty prominently, which says to me that the company obviously sees a lot of that potential in you that we all see.
Oh.
When was the decision made to bring you to the main roster? Has it been in place for a while? Did it just need to kind of get through certain things? Tell me about that process being moved up to the main roster.
Well, I mean, I think their answer may be different. I'm sure they had things, in the works. But for me, my journey with it was I just got a notification that I was needed for SmackDown. I said, okay, let's do it. I've been up on SmackDown a couple of times previously, so I didn't know exactly what to expect. But once I got there, I was officially told, like, yes, we want to have you. Once you officially on the
Mhm.
SmackDown roster, I said, yes, let's do it. I'm ready to go. And that's what we've been doing. We've been go, go, go.
This is also the first War Games match that AJ Lee is going to participate in, and I'd be
Yes.
remiss not to ask you about working with her. What has that been like seeing her back with the company after so many years?
It's so surreal. Like sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming. Like all of the people and Nikki Bella, like it's just like
Right.
what is really going on? Am I dreaming right now? But no, it's just like so awesome. It's pretty surreal, and I'm just grateful to be able to work with these ladies. I mean, even the current wrestlers too that
Mhm.
are gonna be future Hall of Famers, and just everybody plays such an intricate role in this journey, here in WWE. So just being able to be in the ring with these group of girls is just such a blessing. And I'm so excited for Saturday because I'm just gonna make sure to really take in that moment because it means so much to me and it's such a great opportunity. So I'm excited.
Now, I want to talk about too. I know in Survivor Series War Games, you're going to have this major moment coming out, being a part of that entire process leading into it. But I want to ask about like the Rumble as well. I know I've talked to a couple of people who have said, it's this major moment. You're just kind of standing there taking it all in. Were you overwhelmed coming through the curtain during the Royal Rumble? Do you think you'll be overwhelmed coming through the curtain at War Games? What was that What's that process like when you walk out?
For me, I mean, I will say, like, with my background, I am used to work, like, being in arenas. It
Right, with
actually
the
excites
WNBA and
me.
all like that. Yeah, I mean, it's
Correct.
big arenas. Yeah.
So yeah, that's where like lashing out came from. I lash out in every arena that I step foot in, and I and that's the truth. So I it actually gets me more turned up. Like the more the
Mm,
merrier. It just makes me more excited. Um, it man, being in Indianapolis for the Royal Rumble, I was just like, whoa, that was a stadium.
yeah.
That was a stadium, not an arena. So I think it was like 70,000 people there. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. I took it all in. I was like, yep. And then I just sprinted down. I just sprinted down the ramp. I took off. But no, I feel like I'm in a season where I'm very, very much so aware and trying to make sure I truly like grasping these moments because I feel like in my past, like I felt like I may have not really taken in every moment. So I feel like now I'm so aware and I'm like, oh yeah, I am appreciating every moment, every opportunity that I get because it means something. And like you'll
Yeah.
look back when you're old and it's just like, wow, like I really got to do that. So I'm just taking it all in. I'm appreciative. I'm having fun. I'm having a blast. And I'm just ready to continue to just turn up and be me.
It looks like you're having a blast every week too. And I know you mentioned her earlier, your girl Nia Jax is someone you've been
Yes.
teaming with, in this initial run on the main roster. What's it been like to team with her? What's it been like? That dynamic that you two have is just seems so supernatural, super fluid.
Thanks.
It always seems like you two are having just a lot of
Yeah.
fun, even though in the middle of ass kicking, of course, but it always seems like
Yeah.
you two are having a
It's
lot of
fun to
fun.
do that. So
Well, of
yeah.
course it is. I mean, it is. I would do it if I was in your position too. I'm just saying. But what's that been like
Yes.
to build that relationship with Nia, and what's it been like to work with her?
Yeah, I feel like our relationship is just seamless. I will say, like prior, I had so much support from her previously before I even officially was on the roster. So being able to already have that relationship just helped tremendously. And I feel like it's been multiple girls that were on the main roster just rooting for me and literally supporting me and giving me hope. So I was really supportive of that. Her, Bianca, and Naomi just all have been so supportive. I mean, it's so many other girls, but
Mhm.
I just feel like them specifically really helps keep me uplifted and I just have a relationship with each of them. So yeah, being able to now be on screen with Naya, it's just like, oh, y'all really see how we act, y'all really see how we are and our dynamic. So yeah, I mean, it's just awesome. I'm just glad we just get to be partnered up on screen. Even, they're when they saw us, they were like, oh, okay, like they really, yeah, this is good. This is some gold. I'm like, that's right.
Crazy. Now, Survivor Series is obviously a staple in many households during the Thanksgiving season. Do you have any favorite Survivor Series matches from the past that you like to go back and watch? What's your favorite Survivor Series match?
That's tough. Mm, I don't think I have a favorite. I honestly, so I did like last year's. Like I know
Hmm.
some people were like, oh, but I think I did honestly like last year's. I did personally. I think maybe because I think the more that I get more and more like prominent in my career,
Mhm.
I think the way I perceive things and see things is much different. Obviously, too, like now being in it is
Right.
different from just like viewing it as a fan, but it makes you appreciate it. And I feel like as time goes more and more on, I just get more and more in depth with like what's going on and like focusing on the screen more. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of my favorites have been like recent ones, but then
Hmm.
like then the next ones will come and then those will be my
Yeah.
favorite. Like I feel like that's how I've been, but not with everything. But I feel like yeah, with Survivor Series, probably that one.
Now, part of your name obviously is Legend, and that's a name that you have to be successful when you have that name.
Mm.
Listen, thank you very much. What are your ambitions in WWE, and how can you make sure that Lash Legend is going to live up to that name?
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like the type of person that I am, like I always have strived for greatness. I just feel like I have this excellence in me. I've been gifted with this excellence, and I just know that it's so much that I am capable of. And I feel like just starting to get like more opportunities, I get to show it. And step by step, it's just getting me to my ultimate goals. Like, of course, I want the championships. Of course, I want to be a Hall of Famer. Like, it's a lot of things that I know a lot of people strive to be, but it's a lot of things that I know that I can be and that I'm capable of doing. So I'm making sure that just all these steps to get there, like I'm taking it all in, and I'm very serious about it because I know that they will help me get to my ultimate goal in my career. WrestleMania main event, like it's so much that I want out of myself that I know that I'm capable of. And I really feel like right now I'm so grateful of like being able to be trusted with these opportunities because that's ultimately a lot of it. You know, you got to be trusted, and I am right now, and I just want to continue to keep killing these opportunities, and be given the biggest opportunities that I'm capable of. So yeah, like I have a lot of high hopes for myself. I'm very ambitious. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm just having a great time, and I know it'll all happen. It will.
I would be remiss not to ask a violent style question because WarGames is built, as you said, a war, and it's going to be very violent. Does Lash Legend have a weapon of choice inside of WarGames? Because if it were me personally, I would go with the kendo stick. But I want to know what's Lash Legend's weapon of
It
choice?
might be even something else that y'all never seen. You never know. You never know. Hmm.
I'll be looking
But
out
I
for it.
am pretty violent. I'm not gonna lie. My forearm is violent enough. I'm gonna
Listen,
just say it. You know what?
I
I'm
saw
gonna
the
just,
beatdown last night on Monday Night Raw. I saw it.
I
I
just
saw
have
you
to
over.
say it.
Listen, I'm just saying. I would not want to be on the other side of that forearm. I'm just respectfully.
I'm
I would
just
not. Yeah.
saying.
Listen.
So, like, you get worse than that. No, I'm just kidding.
I have one final question for you. Thank you again so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's been a great
Of course. Thanks
conversation.
for having me.
Becky Lynch has obviously spent some time in NXT a couple of years ago. She won
Mhm.
the NXT Women's title, and
Tiffany. Yep.
on Monday Night Raw, she gave you a pretty solid shout out and cosign last night, which I thought was really
Yeah.
cool. What was the best piece of advice that Becky Lynch has maybe given you, or what's the best piece of advice that you've received, maybe in NXT or even in the call up since you've joined WWE?
So specifically with Becky Lynch, I remember when she did have that feud with Tiffany, and
Mm,
she came down to NXT, and she was in the NXT locker room, and I feel like all of us were just kind of like, just just looking at her like, how does she do this? How does she do that? And she was so helpful, and I feel like in that moment, that's where I just gained even more respect from Becky because I'm like, wow, like she really wants to help pave the way and pave it forward and help us, coming into NXT, help us be the best that we can be. And I feel like a lot of the things, it wasn't necessarily her just saying a lot of things, it was more so her showing. And I feel
mm,
like that professionalism and showing us how to be great, how to be a superstar, that meant the most for me because I saw it up close and personal.
mm.
So yeah, I feel like that is just like a moment that stuck with me the most. Becky, she probably doesn't even know that, but I just liked how she carried herself, and I would just watch her. Like sometimes it's just like you never know who's watching, but yeah, I was definitely watching her, and I learned a lot from her in that moment with her coming and feuding down with Tiffany when she was at NXT.
Now, I want you to don't forget after you watch this video with Lash Legend and I want you to tune in this Saturday, November 29th, for
That's
Survivor
right.
Series War Games live from Petco Park in San Diego, California. It can be streamed exclusively on the all-new ESPN app
Mhm.
at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Check your local start times for listings in your area. Actually, let me try that sentence again. I'm going to chop it right back. Check your local listings for start times in your area. Lash Legend, thank you again so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me again. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too. I hope you enjoy
You
it. Hope
eat
it's. I hope
Philly
you.
cheese on Thanksgiving in Philly?
Listen, we have a lot. Listen, I'm sure. Listen, have you ever had something called the gobbler at Wawa before? If you find a
Oh,
Wawa, it's a
no.
big like Thanksgiving meal inside of a hoagie roll. It kind of sounds gnarly when you first look at it, but it's delicious. So I'm welcoming you to try it the
That's
next time you come through.
interesting. I
Yep.
won't judge it. I'm just
Listen,
try it first.
no, I was gonna say no judgment, no judgment. I'll
I won't
tag you in
judge
the I'll tag you in the post on Wawa. I'll let you know.
you. Please do.